Good morning, everybody. It is Monday, July 3rd, and I'm up early to do a instructional video for you all. I'm going to make potato cakes this morning. Pat had a rough day yesterday splitting a bunch of wood, so he's sleeping in a bit, and I'm going to show you all how to make some potato patties. All right, I've got my salad master here, and the first thing I'm going to do is grate some carrots because I want a few carrots in here and show you how this works. Carrots are going to add a little bit of color, and I love this salad master. I actually found this on Craigslist. Look at how small I've got the carrots. Okay, a little bit of color. Now, of course, we need to grate our potatoes as well. I'm going to do them in another dish because I want to rinse them after I grate them. Okay, my potatoes I'm going to do with a little bit bigger grate. Let's see, I think I'm going to use this smaller one. Okay, and this is going to give us smaller shreds. Great is this salad master. If you all are interested in trying to find one, I don't think they sell them outright. I think this is one of those ones where you have to invite people over for a meal. The salad master people will come and cook a whole plant-based meal for you, and then I think you can get this salad master as a gift for having the meal. But if you're interested in it, please text me or message me and I'll get the information for you. Okay, let's do one more potato. Here. And this is great also for making hash browns. And I like to rinse my shreds after I shred them, to get all the extra starch off so that they don't all stick together. I sort of like mine to be not sticky. Okay, here we go. And here's what your potato shreds look like with the salad master. I'm gonna go rinse these off under water, get off a lot of the starch first. You rinse it until the water runs clear. It's a little cloudy right now. And then we'll let this drain. Okay, we'll let this drain here. Also wanted to show you, if you ever are opening up your garlic and you have a tiny little piece of garlic that's too small to peel, I plant my little bitty garlics and then come up with this big bulb of garlic. So don't throw away any little pieces. Go plant them in your yard anywhere. And months later, you'll have a whole bulb of garlic. I'm going to chop up some garlic for this recipe as well, for the potato patties. Okay. And probably should have done this in advance so I don't have to spend time mincing my garlic, but I did want to show you what those bulbs look like that you can grow yourself and you don't have to purchase at the store. And you know that there's nothing wrong with them. They've been sprayed with no chemicals because they came out of your own backyard. So you can grow anything no matter where you live. You might experiment even if you've never grown anything before. It really is satisfying to be able to go and pick fruits and vegetables out of your own backyard to consume, because you know it's the best of the best since it came right from your own yard. Okay, so I've got a little bit of garlic here. I'm going to mince these up really quickly, and we're going to put these in with the potatoes. Okay, we got our garlic, and we're going to put that in with the carrots. So we've got garlic and carrots, and our potatoes are still draining. Good. Potatoes are still draining. Okay, another thing I have here is a bell pepper that I took out of the garden. It had sort of a soft spot on it that I noticed, so I went ahead and picked it, cut the soft spot off of it. This is just a young, very young green bell pepper. And I'm going to cut it in tiny pieces, and we're going to put that in our potato patties as well. I'm also going to put in a nice garden fresh jalapeno as well as the green pepper. Okay, so you see we've got that chopped fine. That's our green bell. It's going to go in there. And now our one lonely jalapeno. Since I'm not de-seeding it, I'm not going to use the whole thing because that might be a little bit too spicy. Remember, if you're ever working with peppers, you probably should wear gloves or be sure and not touch your eyes or your skin because these oils are pretty potent. Whoops. Okay, there's our jalapeno pepper with a few seeds, and the white pith and the seeds are the hot part of their peppers. So if you don't like spice, you can take that out or use the whole thing and just use a smaller amount. Okay, also this morning I went out to the garden and picked some greens. These are broccoli greens that grow on the broccoli plant, so there's nothing wrong with eating the greens off the broccoli plant, so I picked a few of those. Here's some Swiss chard. Have some Swiss chard that we're going to slice up. Here is, I think it's Savoy cabbage leaves right there. And here are some beet leaves off beets. They're really, really healthy. Some more red Swiss chard. And here is green romaine, I believe. So you see I have a whole variety of greens, and I'll chop these up and put them in a jar and keep them in the fridge to use in various meals. We try and add greens to everything that we eat, no matter what it is. So sauteed really quick in a little bit of water. They're wonderful. I'm going to slice them really, really thin ribbons. If we want to add some greens to our potato patties. And making these potato patties is a lot similar to making veggie burgers, which I'm going to do later on today. But for right now, I just wanted to show you some breakfast potatoes. Okay, so you see we've got some thin ribbons. And I'm going to cut them even smaller. Okay, there you have your greens to go into the potatoes. Okay, so here's what we have so far. Carrots, garlic, our greens, our potatoes, and one thing we're missing is onions. So let me get the other container and we're going to grate some onions. Okay, back to our salad master. Going to use a different grate. We're going to use this one, which should just cut them in thin slices for us. Also, these leftover pieces of the potato that didn't go through the potato slicer, I'll chop those up and use those in some sort of dish. I won't waste those. Okay, so I've got my whole onion. Gonna put it on here. lots of juice, which is good because we'll need this juice as we mix up. Okay, I think we need more onion. Let me open up another one real quick. Okay, there's that. And that. So now you see we have our thin, juicy slices for potatoes. I'm taking out these big chunks that didn't really get sliced, and I'll slice those up and use those on something else. Okay, so now we have our onions, and there is some good juice in there as well. Woo! I can already feel it. Okay, now for the spices. Before I start to stir it up, I'm going to spice it up, and then I'll put gloves on and we'll see what the consistency is and see if we need to add anything. Okay, the flax meal, ground up flaxseed, is going to sort of be our binder. So it's going to bind with whatever juices are in there, plus it's going to give you those added omega-6s that we all need and we don't get enough of. So love to add my flax meal to almost everything we make. Turmeric, this is a great dish to add some turmeric to. You know the health benefits of that. Might turn it a little bit yellow, but that's okay. Some turmeric. And I'm not going to add the polenta yet. Some spicy mustard. And since I didn't add a whole lot of garlic, I'm going to add some granulated garlic to it, because we love garlic. And then, of course, salt and pepper. Got our pepper and salt. Okay, now I'm gonna glove up. I like to keep a huge box of disposable gloves here in the kitchen, so when I make patties or do anything that's really messy, I can not goo up my hands. Okay, so here's a big old piece of onion. We don't want that. Let's mix it all up. And again, if I see that it's not sticking together enough, then we're going to add juices and such. Woo! The spice coming out of here, the onions and the jalapeno, is pretty strong. Woo! Need a fan going in here. Ah! Okay. Boy, this would make a delicious hash browns right now. Okay, seeing that it's not sticking together, we're going to need to add more ingredients to provide it to stick together. So I'm going to take the gloves off and a little bit of flour needs to be added to the recipe. Let me see what kind of flour I have. I like to keep ground up flour in the freezer